looking for Booker. Approaches the arc outside to Olenny. Now left wing Atkins tees up a quick three. Bingo! Nothing but twine. Alley-oop to Kudoff inside. Catches, jams it home. Down the middle of the paint, lost the ball, picked up, and up it goes in. Kelly saves with 2 seconds to go. Now outside to Booker with 5. Melvin, a deep three from the top of the key. Bingo!
Inauspicious beginnings, thrilling endings, Big 8 perfection, doing what had never been done. The 1993-94 Missouri Tigers can be defined in so many ways. Tough, smooth, gutsy, poised, winners.
Left block stolen away by Kudoff, picked up by Olenny. Ahead to the streaking Booker, jams it home. Missouri's up 10.
This ball club was better than the sum of its parts. They outdid themselves. They outdid what each one of them could do as an individual, and they came together as a team and achieved more than anything that anybody else had predicted for them, and maybe achieved more than what they thought they could do from the outset. It was truly an outstanding basketball team.
Coach Stewart is so intense, you know, in practice and, you know, just everyday life. You know, he's very intense and he's very involved with what he wants to do in his job, and, you know, on the court and off the court, and, you know, that just rubs off his, you know, off us and our teammates, and everybody just tries to play as hard as possible and just try to give that little extra effort.
This season wasn't one of great expectations. Perhaps that's what made it so special.
We didn't have the best talent in the world, but we had the biggest heart. I mean, we really never gave up.
From the season before, you know, it didn't end the way everybody wanted it to end, and we knew coming in that we had a lot of recruits, had a lot of experienced players coming in, and everybody was anxious to get the season started, anxious to prove themselves, and anxious to show the nation that we're a good ball club.
The Tigers stormed through the Big 8 season undefeated, made it to the West Regional Final, and gave their fans across the state and across the country a feeling they'll never forget.
Not only was just the fans who are watching the ball games here in person, but the people who listen to it on the radio, people who watch on television, had a really special fondness. I've had so many people tell me what an amazing reaction that they had toward this basketball team, and they loved to watch them play, because once they got rolling again, there was never a doubt that they would win the basketball game.
This team was the Missouri Tigers. 4 of the 5 starters hailed from the Show Me State, and they showed what they were made of time and time again. They were a reflection of their coach, mirroring his battle-tested toughness.
Missouri's ball with 11 seconds to go, down 1. Booker into the front court with 8. Gets it right wing, Frazier with 6. From the free throw line, Jumper goes down with 3 seconds to go. Missouri in front for the first time.
They came back repeatedly all year long. December 2nd, they realized how much work was ahead of them after suffering the worst loss in school history at the hands of the eventual national champion, Arkansas Razorbacks. That loss made the Tigers' later accomplishments even more impressive. That game was one benchmark for the season. A benchmark of a different sort came 5 games later. The Tigers took a 5-1 record into their annual St. Louis showdown with Illinois. Ranked 15th in the nation, the Illini came in heavily favored. But in a game that will go down as possibly the greatest in either school's history, the Tigers found a springboard to success. With just 1:23 left in regulation, the Tigers trailed by 9. But that's when the fun began, and this game became one for the ages.
Gets it outside, Atkins left wing. His three-pointer is good with 52 seconds go. Mark stops, pops an NBA 3 from the right wing, won't go. Booker gets the rebound, goes to the left baseline, fires a follow-away. Jay, that's good with 32 seconds to go. Goes top of the key, into the paint, gets it left wing. Frazier wide open from 3. We're tied! We're tied at 79 on a big tray by Lamont Frazier. Booker goes down the left side, missed it. Sutherland inside, forced it. Got fouled and knocked it down. And oh, is he happy.
What a play by the freshman from South Dakota.
In the first overtime, the Tigers again trailed late, and again came back as three young Tigers, freshmen Kelly Thames, Jason Sutherland, and Derek Grimm, came of age.
Sutherland open from the right wing, three-pointer, nothing but net. Oh, that gives you a great feeling, doesn't it? Thames with a move, hangs in the air from 15. Bingo! Bingo!
In overtime number 2, no time remained on the clock as Illini freshman Kewan Garris stood at the line. Either of 2 free throws would have won the game.
Garris bounces the ball, eyes the rim, it's up and no good! Oh, we're going to another overtime!
The third overtime was all Tigers. They never trailed. This game revealed the heart these Tigers showed all year long. It was a game that will not be forgotten by anyone who witnessed it. They will finally remember a 108-107 triple overtime Tiger victory.
That was the key point of the season. You know, we was down, you know, our direction as a ball club. We really didn't know where we was going or where we was headed. And, you know, with the victory over Illinois being ranked at that time, and we were unranked, you know, that just gave us the courage and, you know, the confidence to keep on playing and just play anybody.
The Illinois game was one of the most outstanding athletic events that I've ever seen and I've ever been involved in, and I think I've seen quite a few. It was a turning point for our ball club. Every member of our basketball team had something to do with that win.
After the Illini thriller, the Tigers added 4 more wins to their string and had another key addition at the semester break. Walk-on Paul O'Lenny began to make his mark, hitting a three-pointer with his first shot as a Tiger.
Left block for Crudup, backing in against Belmer. Left side of the key for O'Lenny. He'll stop and pop a three. Bingo! Welcome to Mizzou, Paul O'Lenny.
The reinforced Tigers stood 10-1 after starting what would become a historic Big 8 season with a 63-43 defensive gem over Kansas State. Their 8-game winning streak came to an end, though, at Notre Dame in mid-January. This would also be a benchmark game. It was the last time the Tigers tasted defeat the rest of the regular season.
None of us were ready for that ball game, and I think that's a valuable lesson for us going into the conference season.
The Tigers began their next run with a win at Colorado, then beat Iowa State at home for a 3-0 conference start. Many thought Mizzou's trip to Oklahoma State would end the run in a hurry. The Cowboys were the preseason favorites in the Big 8, and their home court edge looked like it would hold true. They led by 15 in the second half. But then the Tigers' comeback kids went to work.
Booker on the wing will pop it from 3. Hello, it's good. Run down by Atkins on the right wing, faces up, dumps to left baseline. Thames reverse layup, good. Top of the key, Booker. Melvin, right side of the key, O'Lenny. He'll pop a 3. In!
Steal by O'Lenny in the corner.
Takes it left baseline, bounces to Booker, and we are tied at 57. Crudup, couple of dribbles against Reeves, gets in the paint, turns baseline, gets him off the air, hits the shot and drew the foul. Attaboy, Javon.
In a game that started to show how special this team was, seniors Melvin Booker and Javon Crudup led the Tigers to a 73-68 come-from-behind win and a 4-0 Big 8 mark. That win vaulted the Tigers back into the national rankings. But the Big 8 road got no easier. 2 days later, the Tigers ventured to a national television date at Nebraska. 5 Tigers in double figures drubbed the Huskers on their home floor. After leading by as many as 28, Mizzou coasted to an 89-73 win, leaving no doubt they were a team on the rise. Next up, the third-ranked Kansas Jayhawks came to the Hearn Center. The Hawks had won 6 straight in this great rivalry, but the 14-2 Tigers put an end to that streak while continuing their own.
O'Lenny dives for the floor, can't get it. Bitter now dives, ties up ball and got it back. Now he throws it ahead to Booker in the front court. Melvin from the left wing stops, pops off the glass in. Missouri up 44-42. O'Lenny rainbows to Booker on the right side. Now rainbows alley-oop. Heller tipped it up and in.
Oh, what a play by Heller.
Right hand dribble to the right baseline. Gets it right side of the free throw line. Crudup fires from 17 and in.
Well, what a big shot from Javon.
Again, 5 Tigers notched double figures, and again the Tigers dominated. A 79-67 win, an especially sweet victory for Javon Crudup. The senior from Kansas City had never beaten the Jayhawks. In his senior season, his maturity and personal improvement vaulted the Tigers over this hurdle and many others.
Nice bounce pass, left block. Crudup leans in, high arcing shot goes down.
After the KU win, there was no rest for the Tigers. It was down to Norman, Oklahoma, where any winning streak is in danger. But the 6-0 Tigers did not falter.
Tigers up wide open. He's open up 3 again, and he's 4 for 4. Melvin, hard dribble, gets between the defense, gets the top of Keolinni, open from 3, pops it in. Atkins ahead to Olenny on the right wing. Paul with a left-hand dribble, ran right into Anches, and they call the block and score the bucket. Unbelievable. Now Winfield steals it middle of the court, takes it in all alone, slams it down.
The three-pointer has always been a potent Sooner weapon, but it was their undoing on this day. 12 Tiger threes, 7 by Mark Atkins, pushed Mizzou to a perfect 7-0 halfway through the Big 8 race, beating the Sooners 104-94. Home victories over Colorado and Oklahoma State made it 9-0, but 10-0 would be tough. At Iowa State, the Tigers trailed most of the way, but came back to send it into overtime, where Mizzou outlasted the Cyclones 79-72, led by Kelly Thames, 24 points. It was a game where the freshman Thames really showcased his talents and maturity. Maturity that helped him win Big 8 Freshman of the Year honors.
I credit that to the 8 seniors, I look up to them, and, they gave me good advice, throughout the season. They just told me to just, maintain my status and just play hard and don't worry about whatever everybody thinking about you. Just go out there and have fun.
The Tigers' toughest test was just ahead. Allen Fieldhouse, home of the 4th-ranked Kansas Jayhawks. Again, it looked like the dream of a perfect season might end, as the Tigers trailed by 9 with 10 minutes left. But the Tigers would not let go of their dream.
Frazier, left-hand dribble, crosses over right hand, gets to the wing, now picks it up. Outside Booker, pops a quick 3 from the top of the key and hits. Melvin has our last 8 points. He'll pop again. Can it make it 11? Yes, sir, Bob. Frazier, left wing for Thames. Left baseline, hangs in the air from 10 and hits. That's a big shot by the freshman. Left wing Booker, he'll pop a 3 to silence them and does. Frazier, left side of the key, deep between the circles. Now right-hand dribble, right side of the key, spins back, free throw line, ball fakes, and now looks and gets the backdoor cut to Booker. Hard dribble in the paint, threw it up, pulled up by Crudup. Shot fake, put it up, off the glass, and pinballs in, and he got fouled. In the front court, Olenny wide open, lay it up and in with 10 seconds to go. It's 79-72.
Melvin Booker was simply awesome, carrying the Tigers on his shoulders with 24 second-half points. And the Tigers were 20-2, sweeping the Jayhawks with an 81-74 victory. Another winning chapter in the storybook career Melvin Booker made for himself at Missouri. He came to Columbia as a lightly recruited guard from a small town in Mississippi. He would leave as the Big 8 Player of the Year and a second-team All-American.
To me, it's just hard work paying off because, when I came here, a lot of people doubted my skills, and that was my motivational things to prove to them that I could play. And, my play, the All-American thing just came with the way I was playing. And, it was pretty much like a dream come true, being highly recruited and being considered as one of the top players in the country.
The KU win clinched the Tigers' 8th Big 8 championship with 3 games still left to play. But their Big 8 business was not over. They set their sights on perfection and took another step in that direction with a 99-83 drubbing of Oklahoma, as the Tigers tied a school record with 13 three-pointers. They broke the school record with 204 this season. Making that total more special this season was a statewide three-point attack, Norm Stewart's three-point challenge. Every Tiger three-pointer raised money for cancer research. The Tiger trifecta has raised over $400,000 for the fight against cancer.
We've won a lot of ball games. We've had a lot of excitement and a lot of thrills over a period of a lifetime. But if we could have anything to do with seeing the cure for cancer, or really take a great bite out of it, that would be worth all of the basketball games that we ever played.
Frazier into the front court. Crossover dribble to the right side of the free throw line to Atkins. He'll pop 3 from the baseline. It hits the bottom of the net. What a display.
I was away last summer because I came here to go to summer school, and then my mother told me that my uncle had cancer. So, it affected me that way because he taught me how to play basketball. And I saw him getting weak. But he's still alive. He's doing a lot better. to make me feel real good because I knew I couldn't do nothing other than, you know, play basketball for him. And because this organization is helping my uncle and other people like my uncle, I'm happy.
A 68-57 road win at Kansas State put the Tigers one step away from becoming only the third Big 8 team ever to post a perfect 14-0 conference record. Nebraska came to Hearns intent on standing in the way of history, but like the 13 who tried before, they failed. The Huskers gave it their best shot, leading the Tigers by 3 with less than a minute left. But once again, Melvin Booker came through in the clutch.
Top of the key, free throw line, Booker down the left side lane, layup good, and he got fouled with 12.5 seconds to go.
Oh, man. Leave it to Melvin Booker.
With the Tigers up by 2, Eric Piakowski tried to end the Tigers' dream with one shot that seemed to take forever. One shot that, when it finally fell to the floor, set off the most exciting moment in Hearns Center history.
It rimmed out, and the Tigers complete the Big 8, 14-0. That shot did everything but go down, and Missouri becomes the first team in 23 years to complete the Big 8 schedule a perfect 14-0.
We took one game at a time. When we got to 13-0, you know, we had to do it. It was our last home game, senior night, so that's when it really started getting on my mind, when we was 13-0.
Piakowski shot that shot and it went in and out. You know, that kind of hit us like, hey, you know, we did something that no other team has done in a long time, and, you know, we felt kind of special from that.
In the Big 8 tournament, the Tigers, then ranked 3rd in the nation, downed Colorado for their 19th straight Big 8 win. Nebraska then upset Mizzou on their way to winning the tourney. But now the real show would begin. The Tigers' 15th NCAA tournament. In a season filled with milestones, the big dance would bring another. Missouri's first ever #1 seed. They were shipped out west to play Navy. After a slow start, Coach Stewart pulled off a role reversal. The subs gave the starters a jump start as the starters cheered them on. The Tigers shifted into overdrive, outscoring the midshipmen 47-27 in the second half for a 76-53 win. The next obstacle on the Tigers' road was Wisconsin, and Mizzou looked like a locomotive taking out anything in its path.
Booker between the circles, pops it deep, 3, good! Jason dribbles top of the key, right wing for Atkins, he'll tee up a 3, is it good? It is! Derek to O'Lenny on the left side, ball fake, right hand dribble into the paint, splits the deep, finger roll, good! Left baseline Fenner, into the paint, hangs in the air, hit the shot off the glass and got fouled. Left side lane, bounce it left baseline. Grimm, his jump shot, good! The freshman from Morton, Illinois hits. Right wing now for Booker. Pops a deep 3 with 8 seconds on the shot clock, nothing but net.
Well, Melvin Booker is in the groove, so to speak.
Melvin Booker continued to impress. He hit 6 threes on his way to a career-high 35-point explosion. Paul O'Lenny added 23, and the Tigers earned the school's 5th Sweet 16 berth, shooting 68% in a 109-96 win. It was off to L.A., the West Regional semifinals, and a matchup with Syracuse. 5 years earlier, the Orangemen had stopped the Tigers' run at the Elite Eight, but these Tigers would not be denied.
Now looks and gets it right wing for Atkins. Here comes a 3 from Mark. Bingo! Free throw line, Frazier, right wing Booker. Here comes a 3-pointer, up and in. He lost the ball off the dribble, picked up by Frazier, bounces ahead to O'Lenny in front of the pack, takes it in against Hill, layup good. Rebound comes long to O'Lenny, 2-on-1 break, make it 3-on-1. Paul bounces left side, Thames for the jam! Tiger fans across the way come to their feet. Autry down the right side lane, hangs in the air from 15, missed it. Rebound tipped by Thames, off of Frazier, bats it ahead to Booker. Melvin in front of the pack, lay it up and in.
In an overtime thriller, Mizzou dominated the Orangemen in the extra period and were on their way to the regional final, a 98-88 victory. The Tigers, one of the Elite Eight.
I enjoyed it. We started gaining respect that we've been trying to get all season, and a lot of teams started looking at this Missouri squad to see, you know, who's this team that's top 5 in the country, beating a Wisconsin Big Ten team by like 20 points. So, you know, they was really watching out for us, and, you know, I like the respect that we was getting, and, you know, overall the team enjoyed it.
It's kind of like a dream was coming true. You know, when you're little or in high school, you watch these things on television, and you always want to be a part of it. And then here we are, you know, at the University of Missouri, being a part of those things that we saw when we were little. So I think that was the biggest thrill that everybody had.
The Tigers' dream season came to an end in L.A., just one step short of the Final Four, as Arizona won 92-72 in the regional final. That brought an end to what many call Missouri's greatest season ever, a 28-4 record, winning streaks of 15 in 9 games, a number 3 national ranking, Missouri's first ever number 1 NCAA seed, 3 NCAA tournament wins, and their first ever undefeated Big 8 season. A season where no one wanted to give the Tigers respect, yet in the end, everyone had to. 8 players received postseason recognition. Melvin Booker and Javon Crudup earned all district honors. Tigers swept Big 8 honors. Kelly Thames led all Big 8 freshmen in scoring and rebounding on his way to the Freshman of the Year award. Booker was the Tigers' 4th Big 8 Player of the Year in the past 5 years. And Norm Stewart won his 6th Conference Coach of the Year honor. Booker was also named a second-team All-American. And Stewart, for the 2nd time in his illustrious career, was named the National Coach of the Year.
For the most part, you know, we were just out there having fun. Coach Stewart had the hardest job, which was rotating all of us. We had so many people that could play.
He's always been there for us, and he's always been trying to guide us to what's right. And, you know, and I think just for us to do this for him and to really mean it, you know, I think it was a great accomplishment.
1994 sees the exit of 8 seniors who led the Tigers to 88 victories, 2 conference tournament titles, and this year's Big 8 championship. Lamont Frazier typifies this group. A native Missourian, he worked on his game from his first day in Columbia and improved steadily each year. As a Tiger, he had the heart of a lion. He never gave up and never let the team give up either.
Into the paint, gets it left wing. Frazier wide open from 3. We're tied! We're tied at 79 on a big tray by Lamont Frazier.
The 94 seniors go out as a group that may have come to Mizzou without much fanfare, but leaves Tiger fans with so many great memories that will last well beyond the final buzzer.
They have a lot of poise, and they try to instill poise in us, in the underclassmen, and you know they're just great leaders, and you know you have to just follow some people like them because you know they know what to expect. They've been through it, you know, for all 4 years, so you know they're kind of like the big daddies of the Big 8.
Despite losing an outstanding senior class, these Tigers are ready to carry on the Mizzou tradition. Kelly Thames, Julian Winfield, and Paul O'Linney return, along with key role players Marlo Finner, Jason Sutherland, Derek Grimm, and Chip Walther. They each made their own contribution to the team's success this season and will contribute even more in the years ahead. They will be joined by another outstanding recruiting class, ranked among the very best in the nation, featuring 3 7-footers. Together, this new pack of Tigers will carry on a tradition that grows each season as the Tigers continue to set higher standards and loftier goals.
When you've been there at one more level, then there's always that desire to work to get back to that level again. And of course, what we're looking for is to develop a group of guys that can take us just one more level and take us to the Final Four.
In 1994, those standards reached new heights. Early on, these Tigers set goals they hope to accomplish. These 16 young men and a young at heart coach never stopped believing, never gave up, and never lost sight of their dream. More than reaching their dream, they defined it with hard work, teamwork, and a heart that just never stopped. The definition of the 94 Tigers dream, the greatest season in school history, and memories to last a lifetime.